Oh yes, we're back. My name is Nick Fanning. This is World Thrift Live. Yes.
That's not true. I'm Nick Fanning. That's Alsana Kokoza, and welcome back to another edition of World Thrift Live. Right now, well, actually, in a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and bring on Insightful Finds. Now, he's a crazy character that we want to go ahead and get you to know him a little better. So definitely stay tuned. It's a great episode. And thanks again, Second Planet Vintage. Quinn, thanks again for allowing us to have you on our show. We'll definitely be in touch. But right now, we are waiting on at Insightful Finds to pop on.
Oh yeah, Quinn, I meant to ask you, I have some friends that live in, if this makes sense, the Dells. Is that near you? Because if it is, when I go up to visit them, we should definitely link up and go thrift. Alright, Mr. Insightful Finds, hop on in, my man. Let's do it. Live now. We got the rain dog. About an hour away. Okay, cool. So we'll link up. We'll link up when I come to Wisconsin.
Hey, bud, what's going on?
What's up, man? How are you?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. It takes like a little second sometimes.
Oh, okay, for sure, man. Yo, what's good?
Not much, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Of course, man. Of course. How y'all doing?
We're well. We're well. So this is our second segment of the evening. So real quick before we get started, just give us a little intro, just who you are, your name, age, and then where you're from, if it's different from where you're based currently.
Alrighty. Well, my name's Kevin. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida. It's like southwest area.
Okay.
Still living there currently. I'm 16. I've been doing this vintage thing for like about a year now. And honestly, it's like one of the best things I've picked up so far.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. So what got you into the game? Like, what was it? Like somebody that got you into it that you know, or something that you found on YouTube?
Well, like I've been following. I don't know if y'all know Paul Cantu, but that dude's been inspiring me. Dude, that dude's been inspiring me for like the longest time. And I've always been into clothes. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Plunder or Karmaloop, but like back in the day, that was my thing. Before vintage, that was my thing. So yeah, I've always been into clothes. So when I figured out that vintage resale was a thing, I was like so infatuated in it because I was so used to like paying like $20-$30 for just like one t-shirt.
Right.
And when I realized that they had like bins and you can get like shirts for like $1 a piece, you know, like I was like I'm all for it. And it's been about like a year I've been doing this. I started around like I'd say like June, July of last year. So yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And you said you're in Fort Myers, right?
Yeah, Fort Myers.
Cool. So that's like not even too far from us.
Yeah, I used to live in like the Tampa area during summer. So like I was hitting up those thrifts too. So yeah, I've been all over Florida.
Cool. Have you ever done like a pop-up or anything?
No, man. I've honestly, everything that I do, it's like all from my room. So like I haven't even given like Instagram Live a chance. This is my first time. So when you guys like approached me with that, I was like, you know, really, really cool with that. But yeah, I've always been interested in doing like more pop-ups, just like more public things. Cause like in my area, like there's not too many people that I know of that locally that are too fond of vintage clothing. So like if I were to like have the chance to go like more up, that's something like I'd definitely be interested in for sure.
Well, dude, are you driving yet?
No, man. Like every time that I go to the thrift store, I always have to, you know, ask like either my sister and my mom to take me. So shout out to them. But no, not yet currently.
Well, whenever you can start whipping, let us know. And then we do pop-ups here all the time, I'm sure, from what you see. And so whenever you can make that happen, dude, we can come and we got racks and stuff ready for you.
For sure, man. For sure. Yeah, I always see what y'all doing. I really support that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to, you know, I don't know, just show people that, you know, obviously round 2's here now, so I think people
in like Miami area, right?
More, but you know, for a while, yeah, we were definitely trying to just build up the scene here and create something similar to what happens in California, what happens
for sure.
Europe, everywhere. I mean, this whole like pop-up culture, resale culture, it's definitely something that we need to have over here, I feel like. And just fashion in general is something I've always wanted to kind of put a little bit more on the map for Florida because people just really, I feel like, pass this up a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it's not that big into Florida yet, but I mean, it's like definitely grown. Like from the time that I've like been in this in this culture, I've definitely seen it grown. But for sure, California definitely put it on the map with like, cause like they have all the like the vintage bands and stuff, and like they really have like the culture down there. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your favorite brands, and if you have any favorite like resellers that you buy off of. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, for sure, man. Like I said, Paul Cantu, one of my biggest, like inspirators for even like starting reselling. Definitely Sean Witherspoon for sure. Shout out Vintage Streetwear New Zealand as well. I saw you had an interview with him. He's a real cool dude. But basically, like everybody like that I talk to in like DMs, anybody that just shows me support, I think they're like really cool people, really genuine to like find like everybody who's so down to earth in this vintage culture. And as for like my favorite brands, if I could rock like any brand, like period forever, definitely be Nike, because they got it down to like the shoes, like the clothes, especially everything's popping there. So yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Have you gotten into shoes yet? Or are you like?
Dude, I'm honestly like that's something that I definitely want to like make more investments in next year.
Right.
But like since like I skate through most of my shoes, I just rock like beat up Vans most of the time.
Right.
But I definitely want to get into like Air Maxes for sure, because like those are definitely like one of my favorite grails, I guess you could say. But yeah.
Yeah, something that you haven't been able to get, but you would like the Air Max.
Yeah, definitely iron.
Talking about the Sean's.
What happened?
Talking about the Sean's for your
yeah, dude, those have been my grails, but like that resale press, I tried getting them for retail, that didn't work out. But
right.
Yeah, I definitely see them getting in the future for sure.
So as far as like what your goals are, what are you looking to do with this this vintage thing? Are you looking to go to school and do this while you're at school? Are you looking to do this full time? So tell us a little bit about what you're thinking.
Well, before I was like at doing reselling or anything in terms of reselling, I was working like a typical like job that people my age work at a phone store, and I absolutely hated it. Yeah. So I think that was definitely my motivation to realize that I want to be doing something under my own terms and be able to do something where I don't have to answer to nobody. And that's how I found this. Cause like, I've always been into like this kind of culture, like just clothing in general. Like I said, I used to clean people's shoes in high school. And I just always be into that. Always like be into like the little like details of what clothing has to offer, or like how to express yourself in that sense. But as for long-term goals, I'm just doing this until like, and just seeing it where it goes. Honestly, like I have no like real. Yeah, I'm just feeling it out. Yeah, because like as long as I'm enjoying it, and like I can eat off of it, like that's all I'm really looking for. I'm not really in this for the money, because like I just really like the clothes, honestly, like just everything behind it.
Right. No, absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
And what you always have working for you is just your youth. You know what I mean? You're still so young. Nick's 26. I'm about to be 26. So.
Oh, word. Okay.
We've got 10 years. So just with that, you've got 10 years ahead of us pretty much. So
yeah.
You've got plenty of, like you said, kind of just feel it out and see where you want to go.
Yeah, for sure.
So you said on your grail list is some Sean's, but other than that, is there anything like clothing wise or anything else you can think of that you don't have yet that you would really like to get?
Oh man, there's this. I've been looking for this for like a couple months now. It's like a Palace T-shirt. It's from like the 2016 line. If anybody has it, like for sure hit me up in like size large or extra large. It's like a come roll with me T-shirt. I'll show you a picture and DMs later if you want. Yeah. But it's so sick, dude. It's like glow in the dark and everything, man. Like it's been on my grail list for a while. Honestly, like any Air Maxes like that are pretty old, or any Grateful Dead T-shirts. I'm really into like the psychedelic patterns and everything. Yeah. I think those are really dope too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Nick actually, he got some heat from one of our friends because he bluntly admitted he only likes Grateful Dead tees because...
Oh, that's dope. That's sick, man.
Which I thought was cool. I like that he had just admitted that. But one of our friends was like, yo, what the fuck?
Offended. Oh, yeah. But he respected it because I like the shirts. Yeah. They make cool shirts. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But
and it is a very true fact. Like we talked to this guy Steve out in LA, who's a bit older. He's been in the game for a very long time. And if there's any people that I would say are like top 3 up there with Sean, he would be one of them. So I definitely think his opinion counts. But he said, I swear, I quote him, he said that back in the day, Grateful Dead set the tone for what a cool T-shirt was. Right. Before them, T-shirts were just very plain. There really wasn't too much going on, and they really set the tone for a cool T-shirt. So I think it is very true that you can just respect just a Grateful Dead T-shirt just based on the fact that they are very cool. They have so many different designs. Each one's unique pretty much. So, I definitely would say that they are some of the coolest T-shirts in history for sure.
Facts, man. I wasn't even like too into the music up until this summer when I was able to meet like an OG Deadhead. He's like 60. Like he used to go to like all the live concerts, and like he has like some really crazy stories about like just like the culture behind it and everything. Right. And like all the T-shirts and all the clothing. So it definitely like opened my eyes in that sense with that culture for sure. Yeah.
Right. Another thing that we have now working in our favor that we didn't have so much when we were even your age, I would say, is just the ability to, like, if you don't know a band, you just hop on Spotify and like look up their top 5, and you're like, oh, okay, like I've heard this song before. You play it, and you're like, then you understand, or
you gotta scroll through YouTube.
The fact that really use the internet to your advantage. So I feel like just within our community, that's something we're really lucky to have nowadays.
Yeah, it's such a powerful tool, man, for sure.
And even sometimes I'll see like quotes on a shirt or something, and I'm like, "What is this?" And it won't say who it is, and you just type it in, and it'll tell you, dude. So, the cell phone is definitely like a powerful tool for sure.
Yeah, man, that's why I really like the vintage culture too, because there's so many types of like shows or bands or artists that I wouldn't even have known of until like I found like a really sick T-shirt in the thrift, and I was like, damn, let me check this guy out, or let me check these people out, and it just like opens my mind to like a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't even like aware of beforehand. Yeah, like I really think that's cool.
The history lesson, I love it.
Yeah, there's history and everything.
It is true. All right, so is there anything that you've sold that you wish you could buy back?
Oh, man. I was looking at the questions. I knew you was going to ask that. Dude, one of the first things that I ever sold on my Grailed was this, like, multi-pattern, like, polo shirt. And it had, like, all different types of fabrics and textures. And I sold it for, like, a really cheap price. And I wasn't aware of, like, value back then. And, man, I really wish I could have it back because it was my size and everything. It was like one of the craziest, like, just texture. It really reminded me of like the Sean shoes, but like as a flannel almost, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But other than that, I only sell what like I'm willing to give away, because like I like keeping my style like really basic. So like all the like the graphic T-shirts or anything, like I'm willing to give them away unless like they're my size, or like I really like have like hold sentimental value behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, with you still being in school and whatnot, do you push your brand a lot at school in order to get yourself followers? And then also, like, I don't know, it's just something Nick and I kind of started this when I was finishing college, but I really wasn't telling people just because I had like 200 followers and I was like, no one's going to take me serious, yada, yada. But now looking back, I regret it because I was like, oh my God, every single day I was around 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 people that are the same age as me, have the same interests as me, and I definitely should have taken advantage of that. So with you still being in school, are you promoting your brand, and are you trying to get followers and make sales at school and whatnot?
Well, currently, I actually I took the GED program, so like I already finished school and everything. That's
cool.
why like I have a lot of time to go thrifting every day, or almost every day I try. Before, a lot of people like that were in my school, they're more into like, you know, like the newer clothes or like mall fashion type brands, so they wasn't really on thrifting. But I definitely, I like whenever somebody asks me at school, like, damn, where'd you get that shirt? Or like, oh, but like that's a really cool fit. I just be like, yeah, man, I paid like less than $5 for this. And they'd be like, what? And they'd be like, where'd you get it? And I'll be like, Goodwill, man. And they'd be like, oh, ha. Like I'll never check that out, because like they just have like this closed-minded like stigma that like everything that comes from thrift stores is like pretty like thrashed or something. But like that's what gives it character.
Yeah.
But when I was in school, like everybody knew me as like that one quiet kid who just like had like pretty cool clothes. And yeah, man, like when I when I was first starting out, I'd always let everybody know, like, yeah, go check out my page. I know it's like a really beneficial thing to, like, if you're in a social setting, to promote yourself or promote whatever you're doing, whatever your art is. And I tried taking advantage of it. But a lot of people like weren't really fucking with it. But like that didn't stop me from from doing anything. So yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good. All right, so it looks like we actually have a viewer question. So they said, what's the best place to find grails? So we'll let you answer first, and then we'll give our opinion as well.
There's not really a specific best place to find grails. I found like really dope stuff though on Grailed or eBay. Just like people that just sell it for like really cheap prices, or just the thrift stores in general. I really wish I had bins where I live, but I don't, unfortunately. But I've heard people finding really good stuff in the bins too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like keep an eye out on the internet. Like I don't really limit myself to any one place to source. So yeah, everywhere is a really good spot to look. But
you know, I mean, I feel like a spot that you can find a grail is any spot that sells a lot of thrift clothes, as well as they get a lot of donations. So it's that constant movement of new clothes. So anytime you find a spot with that, there's probably a good chance for you to find a grail piece. Yeah. You'll probably find a lot more quickly, is what I'm saying. And so, again, to your point, there's not really like a specific spot that we can give. But, I mean, shit, you can find grails online. Some people just don't know what they have, so you can find it on Instagram. You can, be at the Goodwill, be at the bins. Our buddy Colton finds the best stuff at the bins because he's there every day. So, I mean, I guess consistency in a spot that, goes through a lot of clothes on a weekly basis.
yeah, that's very true.
I would say that I think the best grail finds are at either the bins or the flea market. And I definitely think you can find grails online, but I think you always end up spending, like, anytime you're buying something online, you're spending at least like $15 or up, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's more like an investment.
But at the end, like, whenever me and Nick, we go to the thrift, it's like, okay, we find like mid-grade stuff. We find a lot of stuff for our $5 t-shirt club, things like that. But anytime we hit the bins or the flea, or if you would just ask me in general, our biggest come-ups and where they came from, it's either the bins or the flea market. And I think it's just because also working in the favor of, just aside from it was such a good piece, was we got it for so cheap. Like this one like super dope polo jacket we got, I think Nick got it for a quarter from the flea market. And then we sold it for like $60 or $80 at a pop-up. So
that's crazy.
I think just as a general answer, like, yeah, I think online and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think the bins and the flea market are going to be the best, because you're never going to pay more than like $1 for anything.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Like I've really noticed that I don't really shop at Goodwills too much anymore, because like they charge a lot, and it's like always better to support your locals too, like the local thrift stores and the local flea markets. But I definitely want to check out a flea market in my area. Definitely sometime soon, because I've seen a lot of people have good luck with those, for sure.
Or like I said, if you come up here for a pop-up or something, we have flea markets here, and then we have bins here too, so we can show you both.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that for sure, sometime in the future. Just like I said, I definitely need my own car to be able to like expand on what I want to do, for sure. Because like I really enjoy I don't know if you guys know the Naples area, but like they got really good thrift stores out there too. So like I really like going there. Yeah, but it's just a little far.
Because Naples it's a lot of money down there.
Yeah.
A lot of retirees. So a lot of times like the motherfucker will just die. So they just put
that's so true.
Clear the closet, and it goes right to the thrift. 10 Burberry tees, all all at once. So yeah, I've never even really thought about that, but we should definitely hit it up because where we're at, there's Tarpon Springs is a really good area, and where else? I don't know. There's a couple different towns because of the fact it's just like a big retiree town or whatever. Yeah, the thrifts are good. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good point, man, for sure. But yeah, we appreciate you talking to us tonight, man. And
of course, man. Of course. Thank you for having me, man, for sure.
Before we go, is there anyone you want to shout out or anything like that, like page-wise or whatnot?
Shout out everybody that ever buys anything from me, or anybody that like I've traded with, or just like anybody I've ever talked to on the daily. Shout out my mom, shout out my sister for taking me to these thrift stores so I could like, get my hustle going.
Yes.
Shout out to Paul Cantu, Deadhead, all these crazy people that like make this entire community what it is. And shout out to you guys for having me on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
Sure. And you know what's crazy, dude, is I don't know if we follow them or not, but our buddy Colton has sold a couple pieces. We've heard a couple people talk about him, and now that you've mentioned it, I'm definitely going to make the attempt. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get Deadhead on the show or whatever. I think that would be
Dude, you guys for sure should do that, man. He definitely has a lot to say. I can definitely tell.
Okay, cool.
I should give that a shot.
And yeah, we'll be in touch, dude, and you have a good night and take care.
You too, man, for sure. If I'm ever in the St. Pete area, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah.
So we go hit up some bins or something.
We'll do the same if we're in Fort Myers.
Yo, for sure, man. Y'all take care. Have a good night. Peace.
All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. That was at Insightful Finds. Go ahead and give him a follow. Great kid. So he started this about a year ago, and it's just been sticking with it. So for those that missed the live podcast, this is going to be available for the next 24 hours. It's also going to be on our YouTube channel, which Alsona is going to talk to you a little bit further about.
Yeah, so our YouTube is youtube.com/AOKFamily. It's the AOK Family on YouTube. We've got our own section on there. It's the World Thrift. You can find our podcasts on there that we post. So these will be on in about 2 days. We've also got 19 other episodes, so make sure you catch up. This was episode 21, and earlier tonight we did episode 20 with Second Planet Vintage. So yeah, like I said, go ahead, go over there, subscribe, like our videos, comment, give us some feedback, let us know what you think. And then also we've got some day-to-days, some style challenges, and some trip to the thrifts as well. So go ahead and tune into that, catch up, and tune in a little bit later this week. We've got an episode on Thursday as well. So we'll see you guys then. Take care.
All right. Be easy.